Hello, Vengeancer here. Today on Black Desert, we are doing something a little different. Well, let me open this up. So I'm going to try and dive back into bartering. I haven't done much on bartering. I did enough to get... Well, I'll bring that back up in a second. I've done enough to get a caravel, and I went down the Aferia sailboat route instead of the Aferia frigate route, which there is a guide on this, if I can find it. I think what I need to I think this is what I want. Drag this up here. Let me switch over so you all can see. I know it's kind of a pain. I started out with a Bartali sailboat. I got it through a quest. It's a tier 1. And you get it through a quest, and it's a small boat. Of course, it's repairable. It's not like the other boats that have they have durability, but they don't break. And then we went through the whole thing. I went and get out of here. However, I decided to go through the sailboat route because I kind of figured that if I went sailboat, I could go to a caravel and then eventually the advanced Carrick, because it would be better for bartering instead of going with the frigate, which would be better for combat. So I've already went through all of the upgrade process here. And they have a sailboat guide to show you how to get the Bartali sailboat through questline, which it doesn't take very long to do, but then having a guide is nice. But however, once you do that, then you got to choose whether you want to go through with the sailboat or the frigate. They give you kind of some pros and cons. Basically, the frigate is a combat boat, and the sailboat is more of a just trade fishing boat. They don't have quite as good a combat stats as the frigates. So, there you go. The other thing is, if you upgrade it, it's a little bit more expensive to upgrade instead of just building the frigate or the sailboat at a shipyard. But you don't have to take weeks. So it's basically a time versus cost thing. The other thing that I wanted to say is once you upgrade to either the sailboat or the frigate, then you have to upgrade to a caravel or a galleass. And the caravel is where I'm at. And this is kind of what I am looking at now, is the Carrick side of things. So there's 4 different Carracks. You get 2 that you can upgrade your Aferia sailboat into a caravel, and then the caravel upgrades into the 2 trading Carracks, which are the Carrick Advance and Carrick Balance. The Balance is kind of a go-between on the... It's basically half and half. It's more battle oriented than the Advance, but the Balance is not nearly as barter oriented as the Advance. So it's kind of a middle ground between. So if you go with Carrick Balance, it's a middle ground between the battle style and the trading style. I'm going for Carrick Advance because I just want to focus on bartering. And the reason for that is I'm going to probably trade my Radiant Shakatu seal things that they are now giving away. I'm probably going to get an Aferia frigate out of that, and then upgrade it into a galleass, and then upgrade it into a volant, because I want the fastest ship I can possibly get eventually. But to do that, I want to go for the Carrick Advanced so I can do bartering faster and more efficiently to then upgrade the other Carrick. Eventually, I'll probably end up getting all 4 of them, but you know that's a long ways down the road. Long ways down the road. But for now, we're focusing on the Advanced because I already have the Affariate Caravel, and I don't have to worry about the battle side of things yet. If you're curious about the battle style of ships, the Carrick Volante versus the Carrick Valor. The Valor is it's a little bit slower and a little bit more heavy on the gunning side of things. The cannons have a little bit shorter cooldown, but the ship is just a tiny bit slower. And the HP and rations are just a little bit higher than the Volant. The Volant is opposite. The cannons are just a little bit slower, and it has a little bit less HP and rations, but it is 5% faster. So if you want the fastest boat you can get, go for the Volante. If you want the best battle, like heavy hitting damage dealer boat, go for the Valor. And if you want the heavy into bartering, go with the Carrick Advance line. And if you kind of want just a middle ground, go with the Balance. It's more of a, hey, I'm a barterer, but I can also do some damage too. Look at my knockoff Walmart version of all the other boats. But anyway, that being said, I've already made my choice. I'm going with the Carrick Advance, so I have the Caravel, and I have to go down this road to do the Advance. So enough rambling. I need a lot of materials. I already have the green gear, I think. Let me look what's on here. Well, let me just do it this way. We're gonna go down here and we're gonna get out my windy long dong. I thought that name was funny, and we're gonna go look at it. So I've already got plus 10 green, which the plus 10 green you have to. This is what I was working on when I quit doing the whole bartering thing. You need blue gear for the one of the conditions of making the Carrick. So to get the blue gear, you have to take your plus 10 green gear. Status one sale. Yeah, okay, so these are the blue. You need the blue gear. I have the green plus 10, and you have to take the green plus 10, and you have to craft them, so there is a guide on that as well. You just take them and enhance them, but where is the guide on how to actually craft them? So many ads, get out of here. Here we go. So to make them, you have to do it at a shipyard, which Portaferry is where I'm going to be doing it at, and you need these materials plus a plus 10 of the green gear. And there is the green gear. But I have all the plus 10 green stuff already on. I'm just using it until I can get this stuff. So you basically want to collect all these materials and get your green gear upgraded to plus 10. That's the first step on these Carrick Advances. And then afterwards, you can worry about all this other stuff here to actually do the Carrick upgrade. So you're going to need 180 Moonvein flax fabric. You're going to need 144 deep dyed standardized timber square. You're going to need 35 brilliant rock salt ingots, 42 tiers of the ocean, and they give you details in this Grumpy Green site on how to get each one. And then the brilliant pearl shards times 35. Most of this stuff is from either killing ocean monsters or from bartering itself. Most of it you can also trade crow coins for, which takes quite a bit. So you want to get lucky with ship material barters. And then the last part is getting the 4 pieces. So I'm working on getting these 4 pieces because they seem to be harder than getting the other materials. So that's what I'm working on right now. And if we go back to the other site here, we don't need this anymore. Actually, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to open this in a new tab and go here. So what I am going for is building up level 2 And you can kind of see they give you a little bit of things because you're going to have to upgrade. Get out of here. We don't need all these ads. What they're doing is they're telling you how to upgrade everything, so you're going to need, and they're set probability. So you just have to, doesn't drop, so you'll just end up losing durability, so you have to repair. But it is what it is. You can also force enhance. So there you go. But they're telling you how to enhance it to get it to plus 10. And then down here is where all of the materials are. So that's the Black Dragon Prow. And then they've got the upgraded plating. But this is where I need to kind of do that. The biggest ones I'm going to need are the Cox Pirates artifacts. You can get those through combat, or you can get those through Parlay Beginner. So I've already started collecting some of this stuff. Let me switch back over here and show. Nope, I didn't want to click that. So I've started collecting a little bit of these before I quit bartering. I've got some of the artifacts here. Of course, I got Parlay Expert instead of Beginner. I don't know. Like I said, I'll have to work out exactly what I need when I get there. Right now, my idea is to just build up as much junk as I possibly can. The other thing that I have is I've got a few of these fiery stones floating around here, and I've got some of the seaweed stuff and different things, and cobalt ingots. Just different random barter crap that I've collected. So what I'm doing now that I've done all the background explaining and kind of how to get into this, you want to take whatever ship you have, which, like I said, I have the Caravel. Let's see, as long as we have decent, we got enough durability, and my weight is just the gear weight I have. Rations, we have plenty. So cool, here's what we do. We want to take and we'll load in our stuff. And we're going to leave it like that. Now, we open up our barter window. And to start out, what you want to do is you just want to do... You can do all barters, but what I'm going to do is hit normal. First. Yeah. If you're just starting out, you should be able to... you'll have 1,000,000 parlay. Special barter is not going to be available. And you can see I've only done barter about not quite 300 times. But you want to start with the level 1 stuff just to build up materials. So I'm going to go from normal to level 1. So for these, what you end up doing is you trade just normal stuff that you craft for barter items. And if I open up Ilya Island, I already have a bunch of stuff built up. I got a bunch of level 5 things. The way people make money off of this is they do all the barters and they collect these level 5s and then they sell the level 5s. You can sell them for 5 million silver a piece. That's how you make money off of the bartering. If you've already got the Carrick and you don't need the materials or the crow coins or whatever, then this is how you make your silver. Just selling it off. Get your level 5 barter stuff and selling it to the NPC. At least that's how it was before, unless it's been changed. So what I am doing is we're going to go to this barter thing, and I've got the essence of liquor in here. And we're going to go do this first barter. And you can just auto path right to it. So that's what I'll do, and I'll pick it back up when I get over there to the island. Now, before I do that, you can kind of figure out your route, but since all this stuff, the level 1 things that I'm doing are very close, you can see the cotton fabric one I'm doing is here, the liquor one is there, and then the vinegar one is around here somewhere. It's fairly close, so I don't have to go very far, but yeah, see the vinegar one's right there. And I'll kind of show how the level 1 stuff works, and then we can go up to level 2, but your ship has weight, so it's kind of like on land trading. Well, they reworked it so that you can get up to 10 trades on this stuff, and your parlay gets used every time you do a barter. So that's kind of how it works. You're limited by the parlay. which you start out with 1 million, and it refreshes every day like that. So it's kind of a daily thing. But they reworked it to where used to you could only get like 4 of these low-level trades. Now you can get up to 10, so you can just... It's easier for the low-level stuff to start out instead of having to like go and only do 4 and then wait the next day and only do 4. Now you can do 10 of the low-level stuff on each one a day. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to build up my materials for the level 1 stuff and then kind of go through. Now the level 2 or level 1 through 4, they stack, so you can just dump them in storage and keep them. Now the level 5 barters, they don't stack. They're like unique items, they don't stack. But the level 4s, they do stack. Your level 3s stack. Level 2s are the greens, and then the level 1s are the whites, but they all stack. So I'm just going to do my best to build all this junk up and then kind of keep my eye out for the materials that I need for these ship parts here, the Caravel blue grade ships. So what I will do is just look and see what I need and go from there. So if I go back over here, I know I'm talking a lot and switching screens a lot, but bear with me here. Here in Portaferia, I have the shipyard here. Right here, 1-4, cost me 3 CP. I have the shipyard here, but if you scroll all the way down, you have to have a level 4 shipyard to be able to do it. Level 3 won't work. But here's what you need. They craft both of the blue grade gear. So you got the sailboat gear, and then you got the frigate gear. Those are the tier 2 ships. And what we are going for is for the tier 3. So I need the Caravel stuff. And then if you're on the frigate side of things, you need the Galleass stuff. But you can see what it takes to craft it. You're going to need a brass figurehead, which I assume is plus 10. Let's go to manage crafting. It'll make this a little bit easier to see. Okay, so that one. This is what you need. You need the plus 10 figurehead, and you need these other items. See, that's why I was keeping the seaweed stock. You need that, and then you need the Great Ocean dark iron and the island tree coated plywood and the nodules, the ruddy manganese nodules. So once I get all this stuff and I can craft these parts, everything will go a whole lot faster. But you get those parts by doing level 2 and 3 barters. So when you get to your island where you're going to do the barter, and yes, I am over explaining and doing as fast as I can go. Let's see. You hit anchor, and then you want to hit barter, and it's going to bring up the little barter window here. And you can either exchange once, but you get plus a ton of weight when you do this. So I can do 10 times, and it's not going to max me out, but you can see how much parlay is consumed, 13,000. And then the refresh points are restored at 6 a.m. UTC. And the list is also, and then you get parlay, it also refreshes as well. So I'm going to do continuous exchange and exchange 10, and now I'm at 8,900 weight, and that's all there is to it. You do that, and if we look at our ship, we now have 10 of these level 1 ancient urn pieces, and my essence of liquors are gone. So I dump my next item in there. Now I'm not going to be able to do the next barter yet. What I have to do is depart, and then I have to I'm going to run these over to Ilia Island. But what I can do is I can go to level 1 to level 2 trades and see if anybody takes these urns, and they do. So I can go there and trade the urns for the level 2 goods, and it's on the way to Ilia Island anyway. It's a little past there, but that's all there is to bartering. You're just running trade missions basically, and you start out with a regular trade item that you would have crafted, and then you move on from there, and eventually you will get to where you have a ton of level 5 stuff. what I need to look at real quick, and I'm going to pause while I do this, so I will pick it back up when I am when I'm over here on this island, way over here doing this barter, so I'll pick it back up in a minute. Getting kind of close to the island. Wanted to touch on something else real quick. I'm going to switch back. Here's a full list of the blue Etheria Caravel gear. Full list. Got all the totals over here on the side. Like I said, I've already got the plus 10 green stuff. And then all of this stuff here that you need, it all comes from level 2 to 4. Level 2, level 3, and level 4 sea trade goods. And I've pulled up some of these, but you can see how to obtain right here. You can exchange it for level 4 sea trade goods, or you can exchange it with crow coins at the crow coin shop. And then there are some dailies you can do, daily quests. We call them salies. But and then they'll reward you with a small amount of them. But for the most part, you can get them as bartering without having to like go do daily quests. The dailies just help go faster. Now, once you get all of these, then yes, you can craft the Carrick. And that's kind of what I'm going for. I want a faster ship. I always liked BDOC content, and they're reworking it. They're reworking the sea content. Tomorrow's maintenance is going to be put up for preparing for the port rat stuff. They're moving things around. They're doing all kinds of things. So they are preparing for another region up near Port Rat, and we're going to need ships. I guarantee it. It's going to be difficult to get up there unless you've already done the Magnus, and then you're probably still going to have to go up there to unlock it to begin with. So a ship is going to be useful, and not taking part in the sea content is causing me. I'm missing a huge part of the game. I mean, and I can semi AFK. I can set my ship and go. You know, most of the time people don't want to lose naval fame, because getting your naval fame back, it takes forever if you're a pirate, and you can't use any of the wharfs or anything. There's only one. It's like Pirate Island or whatever that you can dock at. So it's kind of a pain to go negative. So I think eventually, yes, I would like to be a pirate. It requires you to go around destroying ships and shooting other players down, but it's like CPvP. But the idea is to do all the bartering, get this ship upgraded to a Carrick so I can barter even better, and then trade my Shining Seals for an Etheria frigate. And then once I've done that, we're going to anchor and barter real quick. Cool, we did it. Now, here is where the cannons come in. You want to shoot my ship? Then I shoot you back. So we did the barter there. We're still good on weight, so we got some level 2 slabs. And if we go back to the barter window, I've still got 731,000 parlay, but I can't do any more of the normal ones because I'll be overweight, but I can go from 2 to 3, and we just got big stone slabs, and we can trade that for some level 3 hourglasses. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'll sail around and do that. Yeah, of course, it's back across the map. It's way over here, back near Port Etheria, and there is that. Now, the other thing to note is that you cannot use the Magnus storage system to move barter goods, I don't think. So you have to manually put them wherever they need to go. I guess what I could do is I could drop these at a ferry island, but my last point I want to make is going for a Carrack from a caravel, you're going to need a ton of level 3 and 4 materials. So the idea is to build up as many level 3 and 4 materials as you can. And then there are some level 2s that you need, but these level 1s, they kind of build up over time, and then the level 2s and 3s are going to be the most important for the Carrick, and then because you're going to have to do the 2 to 3 trade to get a bunch of the 3s to trade the 3s for the materials. Now, if we go back to the barter page and we change this to normal barter, this is what I'm talking about here. This isn't quite as good of an exchange as what I need. I need the enhanced version. So if I go back to this screen, I need enhanced island tree coated plywood. You can get it from level 4 trades. I don't have any level 4 trades right now on my barter list. All I have is, well, I do, but it's for fiery blackstones. I don't have any materials. If I do all barters, I mean, you can go through and look. I have all the different things, but I don't have the actual ship materials. The only one I have is island tree coated, and that's under normal barters, just to kind of narrow the list down. Elder tree sap is another normal barter trade. If you need tree sap, but these stones are for enhancing. And then this is a ship material, but I don't have any of the materials listed that I need. The other barters I have are the level 1 through level 5 trades, or the normal to the level 1s that I've been working on. And then we also have crow coins, which you can trade your level 5 stuff for crow coins and get a, of course there's only one each of those. If I have one of those, I might turn them in, but I don't think I do. The crow coins go in as currency. I have 1,300 of them. And there's a crow coin shop, like up here somewhere, that you can then, let's see. Yeah, it's up there. It's where you can't navigate at. You can't navigate, like, up here past there. Yep. And then what you end up doing is you trade those crow coins for materials. But that's all I really got for today. I wanted to get back into bartering, so I figured I'd make a video on it. I know it's kind of long and drawn out in terms of explanation, but I haven't really seen a full-on explanation on what you need to do. I know that people make bartering content, but they haven't really explained how to get into it. So what I want anyone watching this to take away from this video is, in a more condensed version here to wrap up, go do the Bartali sailboat quest. Which, like I said, it's under suggested. I don't remember which one it is. I'll look it up for you real quick. Get out of my way. All you need is 10 million silver. You get the thing. You can also get it one time through a quest. It's called Jarrett's Support. And I recommend doing the quest if you haven't, because you get sailor and sailor slots and a little cog ship. But it's at the end of the main sailing quest line. It starts. It's called Vigorous Velia. It starts. I think it's Igor Bartali. But this is what I recommend. Here's the site: Grumpy Green Cricket / BDO - Bartali - sailboat - great - ocean - ship. And go through that. That'll get you started, and then you can switch over to the Bartali Sailboat Upgrade Guide, and that will get you at least a little bit started, and you can upgrade it into either the sailboat or the frigate, whichever one you want to focus on. Like I said, if you're going for pure bartering, I would go the same route I did and go with the sailboat, because it takes a little bit less materials overall. And it tells you how to go through all this and gives you the pros and cons. But I wanted to show that again real quick. So go through that quest line to start, get your Bartali sailboat, upgrade it to whichever sailboat you want, either the Feria or the sailboat or the frigate, and then go down that road. Once you're there, then you start bartering for the materials to get past that point. The frigate and the sailboat are just the tier the stepping stones to get you to the caravel or the galleass, which is the tier that I'm on, and then that's really when the bartering kicks in. So this gives you a nice guide, and like I said, I did all this previously. So what I want you to take away is do the main sailing quest line, get your Bartali sailboat, and then start working on the upgrades if you really want to do ship content. And I do have to put the disclaimer in, just like they did. You don't have to get the sailboat to get a tier 2 ship. You can actually just go craft one in the shipyard. You can make parts and stuff. So, you know, you don't actually have to yeah. You don't actually have to do the this way of doing things. However, I found it easier to do it that way because I learned a little bit and I got to do the quests and do rewards and get all the sailors and stuff. But yes, it's not required to obtain the ship. You can bypass it and obtain it in other ways. So but this is the way I recommend doing it. I enjoyed doing this in the quest, and it just kind of pushed me into the sailing content. I'll put it that way. But to start, do this quest and move through it, and then start collecting lots of barter materials. And you're going to want to have a lot of open storage somewhere. But I'm going to keep sailing, and of course I think my ship is stuck. I don't like the auto pathing in this out here in the ocean, because it tries to like go at right angles and take you all over the place. But let's I think that is all I got. So I've been kind of rambly today, but yeah, I'm all over the place. I'm trying to get this video out last minute. Has a little bit of content before I start moving on to other things, but that's what I'm going to be working on. One, because I depleted all my silver enhancing, and two, because I want to do the content and I think it's fun. Having a bigger boat means that you can go ocean fishing, hit some of the hot spots and stuff that you wouldn't normally do, and then just do all kinds of other content. And that's what I like to do in the game, content. So hope you enjoyed, and hope you learned something, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and as always, until next time.